What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Monday, July 22nd, 2024. Winding down this off season. It's really the season's starting today. Big Ten Media Days, today through Wednesday. They had to spread it out to 3 days, obviously, with the addition of the West Coast team. So this is a big event, big deal. Got a lot to talk about. I'm going to run through everybody that we're playing. I'm going to give you a little quick synopsis, a quick little nugget of who they are, what they've done lately, and I'm just going to run through the Big Ten schedule for the Buckeyes. I'm not going to talk about Rutgers. We don't play them this year. Maryland, nope. I don't care about Loxley. Focus on the teams we are playing in 2024. So, a question for you, though. First of all, did you hear my first hot take of the season yesterday? Go back and check out the Daily Blitz, Joe's Hot Takes. What do you want to learn? I got a question for you. What do you want to learn from Big Ten Media Days? A lot of times, I know it's fluff. It's a lot of saying the right thing, coach speak, all, up our asses. But what is there one thing you're looking for? Could be from the Buckeyes, could be from somebody else. I'm kind of curious to see, like, Sharon Moore from the Cheaters. What's this clown all about? I haven't seen him talk since he cried on national TV. Dan Lanning. Let's get to know this freaking guy because he's a big pain in the ass on the recruiting trail. Things like that. Franklin, we know what Franklin's about. Maybe 10 wins, maybe 9. Who knows? Fan base doesn't seem to care. Anyways, let's get into it here. I'm going to talk about everybody the Buckeyes play. Hello. It's a Monday. We got to start the week off right. Come on. Tighten it up. I had some coffee, man. Anyways, let's go. So let's talk storylines from the Big Ten Media Days as we dig into it. Day one, Northwestern, the Weenie Washers. Last year, they went 8-5. I had no idea either. Caught me off guard. They beat Utah in the Las Vegas Bowl 14-7. Sounds like a lovely game. So their head coach, David Braun, he's going into his second year, obviously 8-5 last year. Recruiting, I don't know if they want us to talk about this, but 80th nationally. Is that good or bad for Northwestern? I don't know. Is that typical? Seems like it might be. But 17th in the Big Ten so far. That's for the 2024 class. Now, the key storyline, year one of David Braun taking over for the hazing scandal. Weenie Washes, we know what it was. And then the firing of Pat Fitzgerald. So they're going to face a more difficult schedule that has 9 opponents with winning records. Yeah, that's a much different story than last year. They got back-to-back games with Ohio State and Michigan in November. Good luck with that. Oh, by the way, their stadium is being rebuilt, $800 million to rebuild Ryan Field. So we got to play these clowns in November in freaking Wrigley Field. The rest of their games, they're playing at a temporary lakefront stadium on campus. That sounds awesome. Anyway, is that like I don't know, is that like an indoor facility that's just like a big tent or what? Sounds terrible. But anyways, I am not looking forward to this game at Wrigley Field. This is stupid, stupid, stupid. What's wrong with the Bears Stadium? They're using it on Saturdays? I doubt it. Anyway, so that's my frustration with Northwestern. Next up, Purdue, still on day one. Last year, 4-8 overall, 3-6 in the Big Ten. Did not make the postseason with 4 wins. Nope, that will not get it done. Head coach Ryan Walters in his second year, recruiting, they're number 27 nationally, which surprised me, and number 8 in the Big Ten. Again, another surprise. So, key storyline, more than 50 players had transferred out of Purdue in the last 2 seasons combined. So, they're going through a major transition. Yeah, major. Walters and his staff added more than 30 new players in 2023, and they're expected to add roughly 45 new players for 2024. That's combined portal and recruiting. So The portal additions include several former Georgia players, so it's probably smart to go after guys that maybe aren't happy at Georgia. You got cornerback Nyland Green. He is a number 12 transfer, number 1 corner. Wide receiver Denylon. They like nylon apparently. Wide receiver Denylon Morissette, number 264 transfer, number 48 receiver, and wide receiver CJ Smith, number 273 transfer, number 50 receiver. So a lot of changing of the guard there. It looks like they're going to go to a different style of offense entirely. So day 2, you got Iowa. Last year, 10-4. That's a perfect Kirk Ferentz season, right? 7-2 in the Big Ten. I think you can pencil them in for that same record every year. Postseason, though, they lost 35-0 to Tennessee in the Citrus Bowl. That's pathetic. Now, Kirk Ferentz, in his 26th season, he's 196 and 119 at Iowa. Not bad. Nationally recruiting at number 32 in this 2024 class, number 9 in the Big Ten. The key storyline, obviously, is offensive coordinator and son of coach Brian Ferentz was let go a month before the 2023 season ended. Iowa ranked last in the country in total offense, 234.6 yards per game. Second to last in scoring, 15.4 points per game. And fourth to last in passing, 118.6 yards per game. So only the service academies were behind them in passing. Jesus. Kirk Ferentz hired Tim Lester. He was an analyst with the Green Bay Packers. So Lester, he's 47. He'll be the new OC. He was head coach at Western Michigan from 2017 to 2021, QB coach at Purdue in 2016, and OC at Syracuse 2014 to 2015. So a lot of information about Iowa. Anyway, Michigan State also going through a transition here. You got 4-8 last year, 2-7 with Coach Tuck. No postseason game for you, Coach Tuck. Seems like you're keeping your hands busy at least. Now, they bring in Jonathan Smith from Oregon State. This will be his first season. Recruiting right now is at 42nd nationally and 13th in the Big Ten for the 2024 class. The key storyline is nearly 40 players left via the transfer portal. So another big, massive turnover. Some of the team's most talented prospects, defensive tackle Simeon Barrow, went to Miami. Defensive tackle Derek Harmon, we're going to see him at Oregon. Edge rusher Bai Joby went to Kansas, and safety Jaden Mangum we'll see it at the Cheaters. So 3 players who followed Coach Smith from Oregon State will be plug-and-play starters immediately. You got at critical positions, too. You got QB Aiden Childs, number 8 transfer, number 2 QB, tight end Jack Veiling, number 147 transfer, number 11 tight end, and center Tanner Miller, number 419, number 25 interior guy. But it's likely going to take a couple seasons for Smith to stockpile enough talent to contend in the Big Ten. All right, next up, we got 2 more. Nebraska, 5-7 overall, 3-6 in the Big Ten last year. Matt Rule has taken over that program. This is his second year as well, so we got a lot of young coaches we're going up against this year. Number 18th in recruiting in the 2024 class nationally, number 6 in the Big Ten, so respectable. Really, really bringing in some quality talent. So last year, though, they had a terrible -17 turnover margin, second worst in the country. Now, they still finished 5-7 and lost 5 games by a touchdown or less, which is amazing with all those turnovers. But Rule got a monumental recruiting victory when they flipped 5-star quarterback Dylan Ravioli from Georgia and Ohio State to Nebraska. So they say he could be a day 1 starter. We'll see. I agree. You should start him. Obviously, with 17 turnovers last year, you can't do worse, can you? So let's see Dylan Raiola, starting for the Huskers. All right, and we got 4 more. Penn State, let's go faster. 10-3 last year, 7-2 in the Big Ten. Typical season for James Franklin. Lost to Ole Miss in the Peach Bowl. Franklin going into his 11th year. He's 88-39 at Penn State. Right now, recruiting is 15th nationally, number 3 in the Big Ten for the 2024 class. They hired a new OC, Kotelnicki from Kansas. They let Mike Yursich go last year. Drew Aller was ranked 77th out of 99 quarterbacks in yards per attempt, 6.8 yards per attempt. That's not going to get it done. The Knits finished for 109th in the country in passing plays of 20 yards or more. So, yeah, they had a problem stretching the field, and now they have fewer weapons. Is that possible? Yes, it is. All right, day 3 of the Big Ten Media Days. You got Indiana 3-9 last year, 1-8. Fired coach what's his face, Tom Allen. Bring in Kirk Cignetti. First season right now nationally, the 24 class is 65th, number 16 in the Big Ten. How competitive the Indiana roster can be in year 1 is going to remain to be seen, but they did add more than 30 players in the portal. They got 13 guys just from James Madison, where Cignetti coached. So, and they kept some key players in Bloomington, so makes the coaching change a little easier. All right, finishing up 2 more. The Cheaters, Michigan, 15-0 last year. Blah blah blah. Yeah, all right, we got it. We know. So Sherrod Moore takes over, another young coach in this league. He was 4-0 as interim head coach last year. Right now, they're recruiting for the 24 class as 16th nationally, number 4 in the Big Ten. The key storyline, they're trying to keep things together, keep things the same with the coaching staff and staff changes. Gone are Jim Harbaugh, strength coach, Ben Herbert, DC, Jesse Minter, and all of his assistants. All gone. J.J. McCarthy, gone. 12 other starters, or 12 other key players, gone. There's exactly 1 returning starter on offense and only 3 on defense. That is what you call a transition. Speaking of, let's go to the Ducks. 12-2 last year, 8-1 in the Pac-12. Beat Liberty in the Fiesta Bowl. Dan Lanning's biggest win thus far, in my opinion. Dan Lanning going into his 3rd year. He's 22-5 at Oregon. Right now, recruiting is kicking ass. 3rd in the 2024 class, 1st in the Big Ten. And Oregon is probably best positioned to challenge the usual powers of Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State for the Big Ten crown. The Ducks also put number 2 transfer portal class in the country together. Excuse me. They brought in Oklahoma and UCF quarterback Dylan Gabriel. They got Texas A&M wide receiver Evan Stewart, former 5-star. They got Washington cornerback Jabbar Muhammad. They got Houston defensive lineman Jamari Caldwell. And we mentioned Harmon that they got from Sparty. So in total, they brought in 6 of the top 105 transfers in the country. So they're getting it done both in recruiting and in the portal and quality. So the Ducks are going to be a trendy pick to reach the Big Ten championship game this year. And it seems like we're probably going to play them twice. That's my guess. So those are your Big Ten media days for the guys we're playing. So there's definitely some questions I want to hear. I want to hear some of these guys talk, meet their players, stuff like that, see what they had to say, see how much swagger this Oregon team has. Are they coming in like guns a-blazing, talking a lot of shit or what? So let me know what you guys think. Is there somebody you're really paying attention to in this Big Ten media days over the next 3 days? Let me know. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.